Braincake is a delicious, sweet nourishment created by combining 2 or more grains.
Hey everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
If you're watching YouTube right now, you're going to see a bunch of creepy dolls behind us, and that's because it's Halloween. We got a bunch of cool shit coming up for Halloween, speaking of that.
Boo!
I don't know if you guys know Insane Clown Posse. They're talked about often on this show, but we're gonna be covering it. We're gonna be doing an analysis of what I honestly consider to be a tragic attempt at Tales from the Crypt, their failed TV show.
Don't besmirch Tales from the Crypt like that.
What is it called? What is the show?
Tales from the Dark. Yeah, Tales from the Dark Carnival.
Yeah. All right. So look out for that, man. But
It's basically, if I remember correctly, it's 3 episodes. Is that right? It's 3 episodes.
Yeah.
On this DVD that they sold. I don't know if they sold it like maybe at their gatherings every year.
We bought it at a show.
Yeah, we bought it at a anniversary show. And that's a doggo for those out there in audio land and video land.
We love animals here at Braincake. Honestly, every one of us fucking love animals. Whether cats, dogs, they're all our homies, man.
We're relatable.
They're just they're not good recording buddies.
They're not good recording buddies.
No, it's them and babies. You can't. I mean, like, isn't that a thing that Hollywood would say or some shit? I don't know.
Classic baby on the airplane.
Baby on the airplane.
Yeah, like, there's always the stigma to like the crying baby on an airplane because it ears pop and shit, and like there's always the guy sitting there frustrated in the movie when the baby's crying, like, oh god, this wacky adventure is getting even worse.
Well, you have the one guy taking it serious, going, God, somebody shut that fucking baby up.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my god,
he'd be taking it a little too seriously.
We're flying to fucking Zimbabwe. God damn it, shut it up.
Oh, that wouldn't help though the situation. He don't know that though.
No, he's just doing what he feels right. It's his emotional response to it, and he wants to fucking rage. Well, he's had one too many drinks of wine, and he's not had anything since his 18th birthday party, and that was like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So now he's this middle-aged angry man.
He's always away at work, never spending time with his family.
And most importantly, he's never been to Zimbabwe before.
That's
and
right.
The fuck is ruining his trip.
Yeah.
This is his first business trip. He's finally climbed this far up the business ladder, dude. All he does when he goes home, he fights with his wife and his kids.
He's climbed all the way up the business ladder to Zimbabwe.
Wait a minute.
He made it to where the money really comes from.
What is he doing in Zimbabwe? Like, we ain't even discussing that. Like, what is his business?
Slave trade.
He's a missionary.
There's not that much money in being a missionary, man, unless you're Rhett and Link. Then you somehow make that a
Rhett
part of your...
and Link?
Dude, Rhett and Link, before their show got popular, they were doing it under the whim of being missionaries.
Like, what kind of missionaries?
Like, they were going all over spreading the word of Jesus, and it was like a pretty big organization. They like did all these Christmas things and had camps and stuff.
Well, hell yeah.
And they loved like looking forward to like the Christmas event where they would perform and stuff, and they spent all their time doing that. And then they started the YouTube channel, and they even allowed them to do the YouTube channel the way that they wanted to, because they were like, I mean, it's good stuff, and like they were on good terms.
I suppose since you say that, I can get those vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, you can tell Christians.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can get that. I get that vibe of the gospel.
I mean, how else could you survive doing Christian like family oriented content on YouTube? There's not a lot of like good wholesome family-oriented content like they are.
And they've gotten less family-oriented over time.
Completely less religious.
Yes.
And both of them, they have 2 podcast episodes on Ear Biscuits where they talk about like them losing their religion and stuff and moving from wherever they were to California. But, I mean... they're 2 wholesome and humble dudes, and I think they're actually pretty entertaining. I think Jimmy hates them a little bit.
I don't hate them. I don't have anything against them. Like I've watched some of their videos.
You're burnt out on them, is what it is.
No.
No, I'm not even burnt out.
No, you know what it is?
I never got into them. It's just
It's their faces. He hates their faces in the
now
thumbnails.
that I do not. Yeah, I don't like their faces.
And
I would probably tell them that. I would say, hey, Rhett and Link, look. You seem like good people, but you have really punched. Like, I would probably punch you in the fucking face, just because like you look like you want to be punched, and you probably didn't do anything to deserve it. But God, it would probably
Can you
feel
imagine
so good
what
to
happens?
have my knuckles crunch up against the enamel of your teeth.
They know that the camera is on, and they know that they'll probably use it as footage later and slow-mo it. So whenever you go in for the punch, the fucking right hook on Rhett, but he is like ah! With like the most exaggerated face, so he can have a good shot.
Is he fucking Gary
you know?
Coleman or something?
I don't know. But yeah, those thumbnails are obviously exaggerated faces. I think I've heard.
Oh, it's not.
like-
No, it's not the thumbnails. It's just when I watch their videos. Like I don't know. They. Which one's the fucking?
All of their videos, dude.
She's got a pen.
A pen? Oh my god, the
Should I
dog
get
has a
that?
pen. I'll get it. I'll get the dog. The dog has a pen.
Well,
It's okay,
The
guys.
dog is trying to write a novel. It's
her-
trying to write.
And
a letter
we're
for-
restricting its creative ability.
We told her we'd bring her in as a writer on the show.
What it is
She thought,
she came in to take some notes. And now she's just trying to write out a letter for help because she's just stuck listening to us. That's what it is.
yeah, it's fucking water torture.
Water torch. Yeah, that's pretty much what the equivalent is here. Like, folks, if you're stuck there listening to us during this spoopy month, then God help your soul. There is also another episode we do have planned throughout this month. Don't know if it won't release on Halloween, but we are going to do the Bean-bam-boozled because,
It's just something to do.
Boogers.
and I don't eat jelly beans. Honestly, I've only ate them like one time in my life, 2 times in my life.
Now let me say this, man.
Ugh.
I'm gonna say it. I just now thought about it. We're doing the Juggalo. But now we did see a terrible piece of content created by doing something to this level.
Oh.
Whenever we seen
is
the
that?
pie in the face thing at the
Yeah.
the album release party.
Mm-hmm. Everybody playing fucking pie face.
Yeah. They got on the stage and they had like this little lever. What was it like? You answer
Dixie.
trivia, and if you get it wrong, you get a chance at a pie getting smashed in your face by this plastic cheap ass mechanism. Is that it?
Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck it is.
It's like a little fly swatter.
Yeah.
They thought that was worthy enough to just use as entertainment at a show that people paid money for.
Yeah, sure. Sure. That's a great time. I want to go to a bar and watch people get hit with pies at the fucking speed of a very slow fly swatter being moved.
Not even the posse themselves, man, either. At least if it was them, it might be entertaining. But
You're not really getting hit with a pie either. It's not like they're throwing it at you. They're just kind of smashing a pie into your face.
yeah.
It's suggesting
At a regular speed.
suggesting that a pie is being thrown in your face.
In the least
mimics
offensive
the
way.
feel
Yeah.
of a pie being thrown
Yeah,
in your face.
it feel the
Without all
sensation
that
of a
anger.
pie. Yeah. It's
Of
the
having
pie
wasted a
throwing.
pie.
It's a pie throwing without angst. Who needs it? Who needs fucking angst? Fucking dude, the doggo's just getting super duper comfortable.
Well, that's good. Hopefully she will go to sleep now.
But yes, please don't feed me bad jelly beans. I ask you. And I've looked at the box.
There are bad ones.
Yes, there are some fucking rotten ones in here. And some of the new, like there was 2 new ones. I don't know what's new and what's not anyway with the fuckers. But if I remember correctly, one of them was Stink Bug. Yeah, that's a new one. God damn.
Stink bug.
How the fuck are you going to do that to people? That's going to stay in your mouth for months.
There's laundry detergent. There's
Hey man, speaking of Rhett and Link, they had a video where they went to a factory that created flavors. Like that's all they did. They just even flavors like farm, like farmhouse, like just that they're gonna sell to people that want to use that in their products.
oh,
you know?
did they help them? Did they suggest them some jawbreakers?
I don't know.
I feel like I should probably help Rhett and Link make some jawbreakers. You know what I'm saying? Because they have very fucking punchable faces. So I would
Jeez,
like to
man.
drive a fist across a jawbreaker.
Jeez.
Give them a good jawbreaker. They want some candy. Here's you some candy.
Hambone pointed out to me that he's keeping a counter of how many times I mentioned Joe Rogan on a podcast. So, Hambone, I want you to note that one too, my dude. You can count that one.
I guess you can count it twice because you brought up the Joe Rogan meter too.
Yeah, the Joe Rogan meter.
That's 3 times, and I guess when I brought him up, then that's like a half.
How's that just a half?
Well, because he wasn't counting mine, but now he's got to throw in like a half.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you gotta, if you want to be fair about it, you gotta keep track for everybody. So
I guess so. I mean, like, what kind of statistic can I have? Can I have a statistic? Jimothy needs one.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
How many times do I say fuck? Is that a good one? That's probably not a good one. That's not cool. That's bogus.
That's honestly fucking offensive, dude. Honestly, like
she's going so crazy. I might have to put her in her carrier.
She look. It's just like this podcast is slowly losing the wheels, you know.
No, it ain't losing the wheels, bro. This is spoopy season, dog.
You can always
damn, I should have acted like she was a ghost knocking on me.
Yeah, she's been a ghost the whole goddamn time.
Well, that's what nobody realizes is that I drowned this beagle in 1968.
Oh, shit, man. This is like a Scooby-Doo ghost or some shit. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You're going to your carrier. Go on out to the wheels to fall off the podcast.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. Was that good enough coverage for you?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're entertained.
I think this is fucking delicious.
Yeah, it's
this cake's alright. It's got green icing on it.
Yeah, why does it have green icing on
It's
it, dude?
spooky, dude. It's like Frankenstein.
Green icing is spooky.
Yeah.
Like orange icing.
No, I mean, like, that's cool. That's traditional, but
green is like goop.
We're going like slimy Frankenstein shit.
No, you're not. No, you wrong Stein, man. You're not thinking slimy like Frankenstein. You're thinking slimy like R.L. Stein.
Oh, I guess I am.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, stop it. Copyright's coming. Fuck.
Dun, dun, dun.
Stop it.
I don't care. God, I hope we connect with some people out there who could agree with me on this. That Goosebumps was my shit, dude. The Goosebumps show was my shit when I was a kid. And I had a lot of the books, too.
I like how you came out with it. It's like, man, I hope you all are with me. Goosebumps was my shit.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, I would love to find people to find our content who relate to watching Goosebumps. Because I feel like I want to share that joy with everybody, but I don't share it with everybody, so.
I don't think we share that. Not with Goosebumps.
Gunboi.
We don't share that.
You never watched Goosebumps,
I didn't watch it until I was older. I watched the Mask one.
Yeah, it's a classic, dude. They had that shit in like resource centers at school.
Yeah, they showed it to us as a class, and I was like, I never want to sleep again.
Yeah.
I was an Are You Afraid of the Darks type of darks. Are You Afraid of the Darks type of God damn, what the fuck?
They call that the Rebel film.
The Rebel film. Brought to you by a bunch of hillbillies.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Scared of the dark.
Bunch of Chinese hillbillies.
God, that's like actually one of those like 1920s cartoons, you know, with the exaggerated.
Oh no.
Yeah. Hey man, listen, I love all of you. It's a fucking joke. I'm sorry, America.
I know.
Jesus.
Dude, for real, think about those old ass cartoons. I'm sure you've seen them. And for those of you that have never really looked back, you should go back and give yourself a little education of some shit that was like on the television.
I mean, to me,
back then, some of the old ass Looney Tunes from the fucking 50s.
Oh no.
You know, the band episodes. Do yourself a justice and go seek the band episodes. And
I mean, I think what it is to me is like it really puts into perspective how recent it is. I mean, you think of animation just as a thing that we've done. It's not been for a long period of time. You can go back not even 100 years ago, right, and see those exaggerated drawings.
Yeah. Like, not even 100 years ago.
Yeah,
Don't even have to go that far.
Put it into perspective, 1990 was 30 years ago.
Yeah. it like that. We can go back to you being in that time bubble of yours where you said you don't see the passing of time. God,
What
that's
do you mean?
Like 1990. Fuck yeah, that's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
2000 is 20 years ago. That's 2 decades ago.
Yeah, man.
If you can remember Y2K, well, that. What the fuck?
It's been 19 years since 9/11.
Yeah, there you go. That puts a lot of shit in perspective. It really does.
And 9/11 was the beginning of my life, pretty much.
Yeah. 9/11 was, I think, the beginning of most of our generation's life.
Yeah.
I think I was a bit older. A little bit older.
You're a true millennial.
Yeah.
You're a true millennial.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm right slap in the middle.
We're like Gen Zers.
You guys, yeah, you guys are Gen Z.
We just didn't look up to be born in the later part with the iPads.
I don't know if I'd call those people lucky.
I just tell you, us millennials will eat the shit sandwich for you.
Talking man, they can't be grounded. It's impossible.
Mm.
They have so many things. All you can do is take one thing away from them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like, I mean, they got an Xbox 360. I'm going to take your Netflix, little Jimmy. All right, I won't watch it on my Xbox, but I'll watch it on my Fire Stick. I'll watch it on my iPad.
Hey, why the hell you taking it from me for? I worked hard for it.
No, actually, we bought you a $500 device, and you don't show us any respect for it, young
I'll
man.
tell you what, I'm a fucking... God damn it, I'm going to pick it up and throw it.
Well, if you do that, I certainly won't get you another one.
Well, yeah, you fucking will. I'll call cops. Tell them you beating me.
Yeah, do that.
Fuck you, Mom.
Do that if you really feel like you want to do that, my man.
I'm going to call social services. I'm 38 years goddamn old.
That's cool. They'll show up here and you'll look ridiculous. That's what's going to happen, young man. So you get your booty upstairs and tell Mom what you want for dinner because she's going to make it in about 10 minutes.
I'm going to take you to fucking court, you bitch, and Hot Pockets.
In Hot Pockets?
That's what I want.
Oh, no. That's what they're calling MDMA now.
What?
Hot Pockets.
Oh, God. There are boys on that.
Yeah. He's popping Hot Pockets, man.
That fucking nerd, he gets on the computer all day, and all he does is leave troll comments and drop MDMA into his body.
He puts it all in his system.
Oh, my God.
His cells are even affected by the amount that he puts in there.
His body actually started reproducing it. Really hard.
He went to a doctor.
So he's on MDMA and leaving hate comments? Is that what you said?
That's all he does.
That's so weird because he must be really, really addicted to MDMA. Otherwise,
he's mixing it with adrenochrome.
Because, man, on MDMA, don't you think you would be, like, leaving good comments? Like, positive comments?
Maybe he thinks he's leaving good comments.
Oh.
That could be it.
Ugh, what is
that,
it,
or
like
he's
drug-induced psychosis or something?
Could be. Or maybe he's just like a raging asshole.
I told
and
you
he can't
mixed
stop.
it with adrenochrome.
And he can't even stop on like some shit like MDMA.
What is adrenochrome?
That shit from the end of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, where Johnny Depp takes it and everything goes red to represent the rage that he feels because it's like out of the adrenal gland of a person.
Yeah. No, I've never seen that movie. But
You've never seen Fear and
it's
Loathing?
a cult
I'll
classic.
show you that. That's a good one.
have you seen it too, Jimmy?
It's been a very long time, but yeah, it's a cult classic.
It's about that writer, right?
Yeah, it's Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
And this big Samoan bodyguard he was traveling with.
Yeah.
And they're just going through Las Vegas doing a bunch of drugs and writing an editorial.
Yeah. I seen a guy on YouTube the other day who was talking about the one drug binge that he did. It was like inspired by that movie, and Hunter S. Thompson said he never does shit like that, but he just went to Vegas and decided he was going to have a night and do all the fucking drugs and just come back from it. But he said it was fucking complete insanity, like going to Taco Bell and thinking that the counter was like a mirror. He said he was just standing there forever because he had did like LSD and he
It
had
was
did
probably one of them shiny
drank.
aluminum counters. He got up there and he was like, whoa, my reflection's all fucked up.
I can check myself out and eat a burrito.
Vegas is the one place you can do that though because they're just so used to everything probably.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Well, the thing is, though, you better not have it on you because, no, they actually really hate drugs out there.
Ooh, yeah, that's certainly a battle, isn't it? There's probably the one side who really, really love it for the drugs and want to do the drugs and support the drugs.
You'd be surprised. It's actually the alcohol lobby because they want people to spend their money on drinks. And so even marijuana is like as bad as having cocaine in Las Vegas. That you get in serious trouble for having drugs.
Look, if you're going to have anything mood or mind altering, you're going to buy it from us, damn it.
So alcohol is okay.
That's all it is.
Alcohol's fine. You can. I think you can have beverages out in the strip.
Come on, man, just buy your beverages.
Are you sure weed is not legal in Las Vegas?
Yes, very sure. Actually, the alcohol.
I think I'm gonna look it up.
The alcohol lobby has been trying to keep weed illegal all across the entire country.
I'm with Gunboi. I'm pretty certain.
They're like the top. Used to, it was like cotton, people like that, lumber, that were afraid of like the textile properties of hemp and the construction properties of it. But now it's like alcohol. They're like, we're going to lose a lot of our market because it's safe and it's not as bad as alcohol and it gets you a way better buzz.
Okay, recreational marijuana is legal in Nevada. Only adults 21 and over may use it. They may not possess more than 1 ounce. And the marijuana use and possession must be in a private residence.
Well.
So maybe that's the problem, though?
No,
you can't smoke it out on the streets.
No, they had to change that recently. Because up until very recently, marijuana
that's what I was going to say.
Completely illegal in Las Vegas.
That's why I didn't realize it was.
They must have done that in the last year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Had to have.
Yeah, that's. I think it's going to be something that.
I would say they did it right after California did it, because I'd say it was about impossible for them to stop it once California was legal.
Yeah,
and they were kind of surrounded on all sides.
Well, I mean, if there's anybody who can benefit from legalizing it, it's Las Vegas.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, I mean,
they can benefit if they do it the right way.
Ooh,
what if they get into the world of marijuana drinks?
Ooh, what if what if they fucking skew the statistics badly because people go there and smoke weed but also get real fucked up on other stuff that you find in Las Vegas.
And then they get killed. And then they're going to be like, all of these people were on pot and they died. It's like coronavirus. It doesn't matter what else happens.
Pot killed them.
Pot was the drug.
Pot was the murderer. Pot had the knife that took it in his back.
The knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah, that's what weed says. It pulls out a knife and looks at fucking something like, looks at Corona and says, that's not a knife. This is a motherfucker.
And fucking all of our weed comes from Australia and America.
That's, oh my. Yeah, we get our weed
Call it
from the
Dundee
outback.
OG. Really?
No.
Oh.
No, I said call it Dundee OG.
That's not weed. This is weed.
I think most of the weed that you find illegally now comes from like inside the U.S. From legal places.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Is that my dog in the car?
I feel like it is.
Screaming.
My dog's in the car and screaming.
Oh shit! You know what?
Yes.
In Goosebumps, in the intro, you guys watched the Goosebumps intro, right?
Yeah. Sure.
I've seen the intro.
Okay.
Where the G floats across stuff and turns it evil.
It floats across
That's
the
what I
dog.
do.
It floats across the dog, and the dog's eyes go yellow.
Yeah.
She's possessed.
She's possessed by the Goosebumps.
You're right.
As
You were right earlier in saying it.
It goes across.
And she died many years ago
He's
too.
68.
It goes across that young lady, and then she like turns into a meth addict when the G goes across her face.
What? Oh yeah, the woman on the billboard
Yeah.
in the intro. She
Yeah.
like goes from looking real beautiful to
Yeah,
yeah.
like a habitual meth user. It's okay though.
I wish I could just play that. Like, sorry, I guess I'm
Play what?
like
The Goosebumps theme song.
yeah, like that's my immediate instinctual reaction is I just want to plague everybody with it and just be like, hey guys.
Well, 'tis the season. I will say that. Yeah, I mean, if there's a perfect time to play the Goosebumps theme song, it would be the month of October.
Yeah.
Seems more appropriate.
I love John Tron. Do you know John Tron?
John
Yes.
Tron has been my favorite creator on YouTube for years.
He did some stuff of Goosebumps episodes.
That's what I was referencing with the meth addict line.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he talks about the G goes over the lady's face. She goes from being nice and looking to she looks like a meth addict.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were definitely terrible episodes, but it's just like the nostalgia makes them hold a special place for me, I guess.
Oh, of course, man. I mean, nostalgia is always going to change how you feel about something.
Well,
like
it's
that.
got enough camp to it too that it's like it'll stick around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love campy stuff.
I do too.
Is that why we like ICP?
Sure.
Probably.
I
Yeah.
think that's part of it.
It's campy.
I
for
think
sure.
that's why I like shit like Tenacious D too. It's campy.
Yeah.
Tenacious
Guar
D
is campy.
Yeah, Tenacious D is like a whole country group experiment in love. You know,
Yeah.
because everybody loves Tenacious D.
Kielbasa
Yeah.
sausage.
Butt cheeks is warm.
Meow, meow. That's great. Man,
The
Tenacious D is they're criminally underrated
Mhm.
as musicians in particular.
Yeah.
Jack
Oh,
Black
fuck.
is a phenomenal vocalist.
they're underrated as actors too, like
Yeah.
and creators.
Especially Kyle Gass.
Yeah.
Kyle Gass is like the most underrated actor of all time. He's
Well-
perfect at what he does.
He doesn't do much outside of Tenacious D, does he?
That's what it is.
If I remember correctly, they were both in the same acting school together. Like that was how they had met.
Wow.
And Jack Black wanted to learn how to play guitar, and Kyle Gass wanted to learn how to act. So they basically taught each other. Like, cause Jack Black was already doing acting or something. I don't know what it was. But they honed each other's skills by teaching each other, and they basically formed Tenacious D and that shit.
Wow.
And now they're both bald.
Yeah.
Jack Black looked like a grizzly bear there for a little while.
Yeah, now he looks like what would you call what Jack Black looks like?
A round man.
A mountain man.
He looks very slick though.
Wonderboy.
He's a slick boy.
He's Wonderboy.
He is. He became Wonderboy. He shaved and showed the wonder.
to your power? It was his beard. That's what was the secret to his power.
No, that was what was holding him back.
Wait a minute. So he doesn't have a beard now?
No, did you not see him shave his entire head?
I don't know, dude.
He's slick bald right now.
Oh shit.
No beard, no hair.
He is Wonderboy.
He's Wonderboy.
It's the baldness. That's the secret to the power. When you lose your hair, you gain so much more.
All that hair, what it is, his hair grows out and it drains his power. And he doesn't shave it, he just pushes it all back inside.
Guess what, guys? You know who it's like? Joe Rogan.
Is his head like a chia, like Play-Doh
George
thing?
Carlin was bald.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We need to go. Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito is.
We're just naming bald guys.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold! Hulk Hogan!
Yeah. Fucking.
Trump.
Unfortunately it's thin, but it's real.
Oh, okay. It's real. All right. Okay. All right.
Fuck. There's so many bald people. Vin
Bernie.
Diesel.
Barney!
Bernie, man.
Bernie and
That
Vin
don't
Diesel
work out.
together.
Burning
He lost
Man.
his power.
Yeah.
He
The
lost
Rock,
his power.
dude.
He gave
The
up
Rock.
his power.
He is partially bald.
The
now.
Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock. Dwayne The Rock.
Johnson.
Yeah.
He's not got the full recede, but he shaves it off anyway.
Oh.
Paul Heyman's bald.
Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman is a walrus, and a bald walrus.
Paulrus.
He's a walrus.
He's Paulrus.
He's
He's Paulrus the Walrus.
Paul the ball of wall.
Bang the dang diggy diggy. Said I've jumped the boogie.
Ball with the ball, the bang, the bang, diggy, 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 sack a boogie, so don't chuck the boogie.
My name is King. This episode has went to hell.
This it's cursed.
This
That's
is
the doll.
fuck. We thought this was gonna, ladies and gentlemen, we thought this was gonna be rain cake before we recorded it, part 2. But I guess this is cursed cake part 2.
Yeah.
This is cursed cake part 2.
Beautiful. It's okay.
I mean, it only makes sense that it would happen in October. Ha! Pulling it back to October.
Yeah, we're pulling it back to October. We're talking clowns. We're talking yelping dogs. We're talking fucking.
I mean, since
Joe
we're gonna be
Rogan.
doing all this special shit with it, so maybe we ain't gonna get to actually talk the joys of the month. So, what are y'all's feelings, man, about October? Like, do y'all love
I get
it
to
as
wear
a season?
capes.
Yeah. Do you all what were you that one year that I was?
What was that squeak? What the hell?
Me wondering if my costume of being a Mexican man on a donkey is racist. That's what that squeak was.
I mean, well,
What was I that year?
You were German.
yeah, you
had a
were
German
wearing
I was
lederhosen.
Scottish. I had a bandolier
Oh.
with shot glasses and a kilt.
Yeah, we were being culturally diverse party, a celebration.
Yeah, I was
I was
too.
Scottish and you were Mexican and Jimmy was the Tooth Fairy.
That's right. See, we were representing also. I was representing
Oh.
the Tooth Fairy Guild.
Oh, that's what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Thought it was a different stereotype.
No. I was representing the Tooth Fairy Guild.
Not the Lollipop Guild.
Yeah.
I love the Lollipop Guild, but that's not what it was.
Yeah.
I'm intimidated by the Lollipop
So you
Guild.
should have been super Scottish, man. You should have had a cape. You should have just put the cape on.
I don't know that they wear capes. I think that's...
And had the Lollipop
I mean,
Guild
it doesn't
back you
matter.
up.
You
It's like
still-
all
it's-
those fucking Englishmen came in with their capes and they were like, fuck you. We would have that around our waist. We don't have to wear those bloody pants.
Yeah, how did they become to be the one culture in the world where men wear fucking skirts? How did that happen?
See, they weren't. But the Romans thought pants were barbarian. Back
They're
in the
like
day,
the Romans. That's
Back-
not a connection I would have made.
back in the day,
No.
but at some point the Romans transitioned over to wearing pants, and everybody else in Europe was wearing pants, and it's just like Scotland was one of these last places that had just different kinds of garb. They still have kilts today.
So they just kept the old, really, and everybody else went past.
Yeah.
So-
No, I mean, think about pants and how fucking weird they are. Like,
So
you wouldn't
were they-
come up with that initially.
Yeah.
So they've both been responsible for pants and short hair.
Yeah. Romans are just shitty people.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, fuck, man, we could have been running around with long hair in our fucking underwear, not giving a fuck. But here come the
I
Romans
don't think
saying,
we would
hey,
have
man.
underwear.
Huh?
I don't think we would have underwear.
Well, damn, we could have been even better. We could have been free balling.
So what culture was it that had, like, the bathhouses and shit?
Rome.
Yeah.
Rome? So is that the same?
Although all over Europe, you were expected to bathe a lot of the time when you got to places. So like when in Italy and even I think in like France and Spain, I think you would bathe when you came to someone's house. So bathing is a big part of.
You come into court
All that.
today, get in our bathtub.
Well, it had to be. It wasn't.
Maybe not Spain. They were ruled for a long time by the Moors, who were Muslims.
It wasn't really a. It was about accessibility. I mean, you don't know when you might get your next shower or whatever, you know.
Just loved it.
Just loved it?
Yeah.
Love being clean.
Well,
I think it was more like being naked with your guests. It's like a communal, like not as a sexual thing, but like as a we're all here together.
We're all here together. Hey, if we break out into an orgy together, let's just
If we
have
just get into a big bath and clean ourselves and then go and
we'll have some fun.
we're just gonna be clean.
when
we do
yeah,
the thing,
like,
yeah.
kind of like, I mean, native people's, like, bathing in the river and stuff, you know?
And some fucking.
And some fucking. Yeah, well that's really a Roman thing, I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
there's
They
a lot of
loved-
fucking.
Romans had like things you could use on the street to like stick inside of yourself.
What?
Yeah.
Like what? Stick inside of yourself where?
Well, not on the street. In brothels, you would have these things on the walls.
There's a big difference between in the street and in brothels.
Well, there's a big difference between in a bedroom and a brothel and right out in the fucking hallway, where you can just sodomize yourself publicly.
It's great. Are there some brazen bulls out there too?
There's some brazen... A vomitorium, by the way, they didn't vomit in. Apparently, that's where poor people left the building through, was the vomitorium.
No, what? They just had, like, writings about a vomitorium, but they didn't know what the original use of it was or something.
And so it just... They go through... What it was, it described the motion of the crowd through the vomitorium. It wasn't about the vomiting in the vomitorium.
Damn, man, that sounds like a freaking. That sounds like a Cannibal Corpse album.
Yeah.
The vomitorium or the vomitory.
I thought you meant poor people going out into the streets.
No, that just sounds like another day in paradise, brother.
That's L.A.
So I
Yeah,
said it,
where we
but-
live, right, guys?
Right, that's
Yeah.
right. Like I
We know all about it, man.
I'm probably way off on this. But you know what I was talking about when I referenced a brazen bull, right?
Yeah, where you put somebody into a large brass bull and then you light a fire underneath it.
Yeah. Was that Roman? That wasn't Roman, was it? Or, it was? Yeah. Okay. God, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
They would put you into a burlap sack with a chimp, which they called an ape or a monkey.
And a snake too, right?
A snake and a dog. Mm-hmm. And they would put you in that bag and throw you into a river.
As George Carlin once said, you would just hope the snake bit the monkey and the dog ate the snake. So it's man and his best friend drowning together. How appropriate.
I don't imagine these dogs were very friendly.
I'm sure.
They were probably like bred and beaten for the day that one day they would be stuffed into a bag.
How many years?
I'm sure they were much closer as well to their primitive selves, and like they were way less domesticated then than they are now.
But, think about that tradition, and then think how many years away from that time period was the Salem witch trials, where they fucking made their decisions based on, like, okay, if they die, then they're what? They're not a witch? But if they live, they're a witch.
Hundreds and hundreds and
pretty
hundreds
far
of
away,
years
yeah. I think it might be almost like over 1,000 years, because it was the year 500 AD when Rome fell.
It's like the 1600s, the witch hunts.
Wouldn't it even in like the 1700s though?
It may be in the 1700s, but I'm sure it was going on well before that was documented.
Oh, and after. It's just that Salem was particularly bad.
Yeah.
Salem was particularly bad because there was some kind of hysteria where like everyone was a witch.
Yeah.
But everywhere else, if you were a witch, they treated you just like that. It's just that everybody was not a witch everywhere else.
Burn the witch.
But in Salem, they were like, oh, they're all witches.
Well, I don't know. It's a really interesting case, honestly, that is completely fascinating. And like the fantasy element of it, of witches and stuff, is cool. But I think the true, like, workings of how that happened to a society is what makes it interesting to me. I mean, I think it was probably a thing of power, because I think they like put a lot of people on trial who weren't able to defend themselves really, and who, if they stood up for themselves, it wasn't really going to matter. But I don't know what the reasoning or rationale was. I mean, do you think that they were really?
Do you remember the Red Scare?
I don't know much about it. I mean,
McCarthyism thing. They accused a bunch of people of being communists.
Yes.
And the only difference between that and the Salem witch trials is our punishments for shit like that had calmed way down. And so they're accusing these people of being communists, but they're not doing what they used to do to communists, which is execute them. And they're going to be going ahead and letting them live, but they're not going to associate with them. They're not going to do business with them because of the suspicion that they might be a communist. And they blacklist and all that, and that's going on again right now. With
so you think those people were really in fear of witches?
I think that,
and that's why they allowed it to happen. It's a type of mass
hysteria that happens when tension is really high, trust is really low, and resentment for other groups that you have to live with, like your neighbor or your rival political party.
Well, until you said the last part, I was going to say it all seems just as symptomatic as like Dancing Mania.
Well,
like it's just a mass hysteria that fucking sweeps through, and
yeah, that's
the more I hear about Dancing Mania, the more I think that was organic.
That's what a lot of researchers seem to believe.
I really think that this was like a psychosis. I don't think this was like some kind of an ergot or a St. Elmo's fire or some shit that was on the fucking bread. I think that this was one woman, because it starts out with one woman dancing, and she dances there for like, I think it's 8 days or something like that.
Yeah,
people start joining her. And it's like she was so crazy that she drove so many people crazy that 12 people died from cardiac arrest.
So there you go, people. If you're curious, there was once a time when people would dance until they died. Till they died. They would dance till they're dead.
Well, it was like just
you
one
can do that
occurrence.
again if you just stick somebody on some hot coals.
Yeah, sure.
It was just one occurrence, though, right? Like, that wasn't like a thing that happened many times.
Yeah, no, that was one.
That was a one and done.
And where was that at?
I think it was France.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was somewhere in Europe.
Does it come down to, what do they call it? Like gaslighting? Like, does it come down to that in a weird way of like you're making people question like, why am I not dancing? She looks like she's been dancing for days. She's having a great time.
Kind of.
It's hysterical peer pressure.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say, and that's because we're driven biologically to kind of fit in with the group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all mob mentality, hive mentality. Sure.
Small group though, really. You know, if it's just 12 or whatever people
that was
y'all
12
said.
died.
But there were way more.
Way more than that. This was like at least 50, probably more more than 100 people were doing this in this town in France.
And and
people would dance through like bleeding feet. They danced day and night.
Do you think they talked?
They ate every now and then.
And then just went back to
and then they
even through pain.
You need some energy so you can dance, dude. You gotta eat.
Well, listen, guys. Listen, this is a mild version.
You gotta think that like the world is ending at that point, and that like these are the chosen of the dance god's power, and we must dance.
Maybe they're dancing to the death with the gods, man. Like maybe the gods challenged them to a dance off.
God, I just wish I could seriously, you know what? Anybody from now on asks me, what time period I would go back to or what moment I would go back to that. I want to know. That's a fucking mystery.
What if you did, and the reason why nothing changed is because you went back and you just joined in and you were one of the unidentified dead, and you've always been one of them? We don't keep good enough records on that.
It was a Jane Doe of fucking Dancing Mania or whatever.
When you're 85, you will go back in time to that point and be one of the dancers.
And that's how I died.
And that's how you die.
That's my end of my story, and I caused Dancing Mania.
So you will never die because you already did.
That makes sense. Why I've always been fascinated with it. It's like a part of my soul, my destiny.
You'd be one of the lost victims of sweating sickness.
Sweating sickness.
Yeah. If you want to go back in that time period and have you some fucked up sicknesses that were unexplained and was never figured out. It just came and went. Yeah, sweating sickness. Most people that I feel like got it died within about 2 days' time. Basically, they would sweat themselves to death.
Did it have anything to do with just really high fevers or something?
No, like medically, it was unexplained as to how it came about and where it went. Like it vanished after 2 years. But, yeah, people would they would basically go into cardiac arrest. Well, they would die of dehydration is what it was. More likely dehydration because it was such a profuse rate.
Yeah.
That shit scared the hell out of me when I first heard about that. It's like, God, we've been going through time today.
What about that one that they found out that they made in a lab?
What's that?
What about that one that they found out that they made in a lab?
Of what?
The virus.
They did?
Fox News reported that we have that. Yeah. No, I'm almost 100% certain.
What? So what is it?
China makes viruses. China fucks with genes.
Manufactures viruses.
Nothing weird about saying that. Nothing weird about saying that. All of a sudden you talk about one that's contemporary and they're like, hey now, watch your mouth there, son.
I was talking about sweating sickness. I was about to get spooked. What the fuck?
COVID.
Oh, damn.
That's what I thought when you was talking about. I was like, no, somebody brought sweating sickness back? What kind of fucking monster?
No, but they did. I'm 98%. I'm not going to say for a fact because I don't want this video to be removed. But I'm 98% sure that they've created COVID based on reports from multiple media sources and based on just the evidence of how COVID is.
Well, to me, I mean, it wouldn't be at all surprising that any country, including them, would do something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if we have our own viruses in the works over here.
But if we had evidence of that, what would you think the U.S. government would do?
I would hope they would go at it in a way to stop the creation of it. I don't know how you could do that. I don't know if that means war. I don't know if that means coming together with them and making some kind of deal.
Nobody official is recognizing this. Nobody official is saying that this is what happened, and the reason why is because if China did do that, then that would be considered an act of war. So we would be, by de facto, at war with China.
I tell you what I would do. I would challenge the country of China to an arm wrestling contest.
Yes.
Bernie versus China.
I have been a
Arm
member,
wrestling contest. I'll give it a go.
I have been a member of the Chinese Communist Party for over 35 years. Let me tell you.
What if he represents them? He's Team China, and he goes against Trump, Team America, and they arm
I've got to
wrestle.
save Team America.
Yes, please. Fourth quarter, come in, Jesse.
Give me the
Like
ball.
they're about to arm wrestle, right? And Bernie is shaking. He's he's like, I don't think I can do this, and he comes through.
Tag me in, Bernie.
Bernie's
Give me the hot tag. Thank you. We're
And he
China.
starts like raising his arms in the air on his way out. Bernie's leaving and he's having his seat and Bernie's getting everybody to chant his name. It's fucking Jesse Ventura
dude,
sitting
you
there
gotta-
confident with his arm up.
No, bro.
I'd
it's
like
gotta
to
be-
thank Jill Stein for bringing us all here today.
He fucks up his chants. Like after he talks, nobody actually wants him anymore.
Dude,
Yeah,
you
because
know,
they heard Jill Stein and they think, man, Jesse Ventura must be a Russian.
Yeah.
once he gets tagged out, though, he can't walk to the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't be that dramatic. He's getting carried out on a gurney. Like, but he sticks his thumb
Bernie
up
on
like
a
that.
gurney.
He'd like to let everybody know he's okay. And then, like, that's when the crowd gives us uproarious applause towards him.
Yeah. Bernie on a gurney, dude.
Bernie on the gurney!
I gotta give credit to Gunboi, man. He said it first. But I had to repeat it because I thought it was just incredible.
I'm glad you did, because I didn't hear it. Bernie on the gurney. That's my
just,
no rap album.
I'd like to take a minute to remind everybody that we're sponsored by Marlboro Cigarettes and the Philip Morris Tobacco Company.
Fuck Gunboi. Can I have one of those?
Is the mob knocking?
Yeah,
Do
you're
I hear-
always welcome to share a cigarette with a friend. That's one of the warmest experiences you can have, is sharing a full-flavored Marlboro red cigarette.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I hear the mob outside. Does anybody hear them pulling up? I feel like I hear a bunch of cartons of cigarettes being unloaded out the back of a truck.
And I heard Joe Rogan say that nicotine is a great nootropic. So
It is.
So it's healthy for me?
yeah, like those American spirits, bro. You know, it's like all natural stuff, right? Like they're like $9, but they're all natural tobacco. There's like
but they
not
take
glass.
20
in 'em.
minutes to smoke. Who has time for that? Get you a Marlboro Red. You'll be done in 5 minutes.
That's the type of cigarette Alex Jones promotes.
The type of shit a
It's
cowboy
American
can smoke
spirit.
on his break.
American spirits are all natural. Like everything else on Brain Fight.
You wouldn't know the first thing about natural, Jesse.
I'm Jesse the Natural Body, bitch.
Goddamn.
Ventura.
Yeah, you're right. Jesse does got a natural body, man.
What does that mean? I hit the gym.
Old Jesse Ventura's holding a different kind of keg than he was in that beer commercial.
I've heard some people say my tummy looks like a jelly donut.
It leaks like one too. It's down there.
It what?
It leaks like one.
What
Like a
does
jelly
that
donut.
mean?
His belly button, I guess, is very leaky.
Dude,
The ooze jelly.
you made my stomach hurt.
Oozes something.
God.
That made your toes curl. Did you come?
Yeah. No, dude, I don't want to
Yeah,
think
you
about
did.
my body as a jelly donut oozing guts and
Imagine though if
blood
you
out
just
of my belly
squeezed that
button.
and you could just dispense jelly, and that was a normal thing for people.
God, no. Like you put it on everything, like it's good on every. It's actually like it's like peeing, pooping, and eating. It's like you got to consume a certain amount of that in your diet, so you just put it on everything. You're always squeezing your belly, putting it on a hot dog,
consume
putting it
a
on a
certain amount
hamburger.
of your pee and poop.
God, dude,
No, but it's a bodily process. You need to do it to be a functioning, healthy person.
I don't get how it's like pee and poop though.
Are you telling?
You have to do it. It's a fucking.
Oh, you have to eat your jelly.
Yeah. You
Okay.
have to eat
Are
your
you
jelly.
are you telling me that someone can secrete jelly from me? Like I could have a friend.
No, everybody does it.
I'll
It's a
secrete
part
some
of
jelly
being
for
a
you.
human being.
Let that be a part of my next evolution, dude. That I have jelly belly. I can deposit jelly belly on my toes.
Like a Pokemon, he's got a fucking jelly stone and he's just going to use it to evolve himself into the right kind of jelly Jimmy.
I just squeeze my tummy and jelly comes out of my belly button.
Yeah.
And
Do you think
I
like
put it on
other
me
people?
toast.
Other people would have like different flavors of jelly in their body, and like you could sell it.
No, different powers. Like I can shit fire.
How is that a power?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're ever getting raped up the ass, you can really fuck somebody's world up.
God.
You start fucking them.
But it would also be a really big problem. Wait, so is it just if you fart,
it's like my
or is it if
asshole
you
is
shit?
it's like my asshole is vulcanized rubber, and I can just shit fire. Just
You know what it is?
But like if you just want
projectile.
if you just want to let out,
Charizard.
if you just want to let out a poop, can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
really,
you have complete control over it.
Yeah.
his asshole is like the sawtooth
Just
trap
like
of the furnace.
Jimmy dispenses jelly from his belly button, but he has full control over the lint.
Yeah. Well, like we could utilize you
He wouldn't get lint in his jelly.
in the military. Like, you know, didn't they ban weapons such as like napalm and like with flamethrowers and stuff? Well, you know, they can't ban it because it's part of the human body. You know, so we can have flamethrowers back now.
Just mine.
That's when it becomes like a UFC fight. You
Just,
know, no
you
low
have
blows,
two-
no eye gouging, no flame throwing out of your ass.
You have two guys, right, sitting on a helicopter, and one holds one leg and one holds the other leg, and I just reach up and I put my hands on the back of their necks, and you fly me over Afghanistan, and I just torch the poppy fields, toast them lightly with my ass fire.
I like how you toast them lightly. You just give them a nice
Just
bread.
a
You don't
message.
crisp them. You just give
Well,
them
we
a
gotta
nice
get them
tan.
ready. We gotta get the poppy seeds ready for the McDonald's buns. Because after that, the corporation's gonna come in and shell all the fields.
Those buns are gonna taste like liberation.
And a little something else too.
Little something else.
Little methane. Little
Man, we've been brazen bulling.
Brazen bullet.
We've been through Roman emperors. We've been through fucking Caesar. We've been through Caligula and these fuckers.
We went through crony. We went through ass fire. We went through
Witches.
tummy jelly. Witches. Dancing madness.
Bernie and a gurney.
Bernie and a gurney.
This is spooky as fuck. Goosebumps.
It is, man.
Dogs yelping and yeeting.
Yeah, we've had a ghost dog here, man. Possessed live on air.
Oh, I
by
can't
the
wait to
Goosebumps
smell that
G.
ghost dog's urine when I go out there.
R.L. Stein should come back, write one more book, and it's about the terror of the Goosebumps G. All the books were created because of that Goosebumps G that floated around and
Well,
contaminated shit.
that's what's called the meta-narrative. That's what connects all those books.
Can we really figure out as well why he's really afraid of bees?
He's not afraid of bees. A character in the book is afraid of bees. R.L. Stein's not afraid of bees. He don't exist in a world where boys have bee heads
Yeah, huh? R.L.
and bees have boy heads.
R.L. Stein's Beast of the East. I read it.
No, he's not. Dude, he's not what he creates. How many times do I have to tell you this?
Are you sure?
Are you sure
R.L.
he didn't wear a mask and get it attached to his skin?
I'm pretty
God,
sure
he
he's
didn't.
monster's blood.
No. Guys, he's not a dummy.
Doesn't he have a camera, though, that can take pictures of you and you're dead?
I'm sure he leaks monster's blood.
No, that's Say Cheese and Die. That's about a family that gets a camera that...
But isn't he a clock of doom, like a cuckoo clock?
No, that's not even the same species. Cuckoo clocks of doom aren't even human.
All right,
Those
all
are
right, all
inanimate
right.
objects. Are you saying R.L. Stein is an inanimate object?
Guys, this is too much for him to handle. We're going to have to sort this
Oh
out.
my god.
And we'll be back later with
Oh
more brain
god,
cakes.
R.L. Stein.
I really thought he was a clock.
He's not. He's a human with feelings
It's okay, Keegan.
and emotions and a writer.
We're gonna make it all better. Jimmy, get the gun.
Okay.
What you gotta say?
See you, folks.
Yeah, I gotta get that